Hello, good morning. How are you? Are you there? Oh, yeah. Hi. It's a pleasure to be here. Good morning. How's everything? Are you okay today? Something wrong? Is everything okay? Are you all right? Is something wrong? Something wrong? ¿Te pasa algo? No? You're okay. Okay, good. Welcome to class number 1069. And I want to finish the introductory story of Luigi Barghini, nuestro amigo italiano, our Italian friend from Verona. Well, originally he's from a small town in the north of Italy. But now he's a rich man. But he's a rich man because he's worked very hard. He has built a factory, my God. He's 49 years old, but already he owns and operates, propietario único de la segunda fábrica de asientos de coche de Europa, the second largest car seat, the second biggest or the second largest car seat maker or manufacturer, fabricante, in Europe. Why? Because he supplies Fiat with thousands and tens of thousands of car seats. I mean, how many cars does Fiat make every year? I don't know. Every car contains Luigi's car seats. Every one. Front seat and back seat. All right. Alfa Romeo also. Every car that Alfa Romeo makes contains Luigi's car seats. And I think he has a contract with Maserati, but not Lamborghini, nor Ferrari, nor Bugatti. Y me queda otros. All right. So he's a very successful businessman and manufacturer. He's an engineer, and he's a self-made man. He comes from a very modest family. He wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. No nació con una cuchara de plata en la boca. He wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He was born into. Fijaos, into. Se nació en una familia de nivel modesto. A modest family, modest income, de ingreso modesto. He was born into. Curioso forma en inglés. O sea, entró en este mundo, entró mediante una familia. So he was born into. O sea, de juntar into, con to be born. He was born into a family, a modest income family, in the north of Italy. But he managed to go to the University of Milan to study engineering. He became an engineer. He started working in a car seat company on the outskirts of Milan. And he learned the process of making car seats. And he decided to start his own factory on the outskirts of Verona. And he started making car seats, and his first client was Alfa Romeo. And he began learning the business with Alfa Romeo. And then he made contact with the Agnelli family in Turin, and he started supplying the Fiat as well. And the quality and the reliability of his work, calidad y fiabilidad, the quality and the reliability of his work was so high that Fiat gradually eliminated other suppliers and began working exclusively with Luigi Barghini and his company. So now Luigi's rich. He's 49 now. He started the company when he was 29. So it's 20 years. Yes. All right. From rags to riches. Okay. So now he's a very busy man. Yes. But he enjoys his work. When he's at his villa, his house, outside Verona, near Verona, he always goes to the factory, 23 kilometers away, to see his daughter, Anna, and to visit the workers in the factory. He probably spends at least 3 hours. It's a lot of time. 3 horas, entre las máquinas de la fábrica. Yeah, going around. When he's in Verona, because sometimes he's in Turin, sometimes he's in Naples, sometimes he's in Stuttgart in Germany. All right, yes. So he spends time with the workers, talking, inviting them to coffee. Tenemos un café. Telling jokes. Hasta les cuenta chistes con ellos. And having a good time. He likes the people in the north of Italy. I don't know. The people in the north of Italy are very serious. Yeah. He likes the people in the north of Italy and really enjoys human contact. That's probably the reason why his company is strong and healthy. He doesn't consider that his work is a job. He considers it a game. El juego. Algo que le gusta jugar. Something that he likes to play. Of course, he wants to win, and he wins. But he has a good disposition all the time. And he doesn't like to take things too seriously. His daughter Anna is different. But she's a manager, not an owner. All right, the daughter, Anna Marghini. Yes, Luigi is a very hard-working man. Yeah. He's created the number 2 car seat manufacturer from scratch, desde cero, in only 20 years. Now, he has a very good disposition. He has a natural disposition with people. Now, Anna, she's only 27. She's the managing director. She's in charge of the day-to-day operations. She's in charge of, responsible for, pero no se dice es la responsable de, no se dice en inglés. She's the responsible, la expresión the responsible no existe en inglés. Suena rarísimo. I am the responsible. ¿Tú eres el qué? I am the responsible. ¿Eso qué es? The responsible? No. I am responsible for, lo que sea. I'm the boss. I'm the manager. I'm in charge. Se dice mucho más. All right. And so Anna Marghini is the managing director. And she's responsible for, nunca responsible of. She is responsible. Fijaos que no digo she is the responsible. Nunca se pone el, la, los, las delante responsible in English. Never. The, no. She is soy responsable para, o por. Soy responsable para esto. I'm responsible for this. I'm not responsible for the lights. Marta is responsible for the lights. I'm not responsible for the door. Tiene problemas a veces. She's responsible for the door. I'm not responsible for the background. She's responsible for the background, etc. I'm not responsible for anything except teaching. Marta says, begin, and I begin. And then she says, finish. She has a difficult job. My job's easy. All I have to do is sit in front of a television camera and talk. That's easy. Her job is more difficult. She's responsible for everything except teaching. All right. And Luigi Marghini is a bit like me. I mean, he's the owner. All right. And the owner has a different mentality than the general manager or the managing director. General manager is director general, no es miembro del consejo. Managing director is consejero delegado, sí que es miembro. All right? So, more stuff, más cosas, more stuff, more things, more stuff. Grammar. All right. De gramática, este libro. By the way, don't forget, I think there are about 9 books, 9 libros en total, I think. Don't forget the first books. The Student's Manual, Manual de Estudiante, fantastic. Manual de Estudiante es para pautar un aprendizaje. English Grammar is a reference book, but a fantastic reference book. But the book number 1 is incredible. And the translation booklet and vocabulary booklets, they're very, very good. So remember to buy these books. They're very good for you or for your children or for your grandchildren. All right. Grammar. Does it rain a lot in Spain? Well, sometimes it rains a lot in Valencia. It rains a lot in the north. It doesn't rain a lot in the center of center of Spain. And it doesn't rain a lot in the south of Spain except in Grazalema. The National Park of Grazalema is the rainiest place in Spain. Cerca de tus pagos, all right? Grazalema, in the province of Cádiz, very near the border with Málaga. Near Ronda, it's very near Ronda. Ronda is in Málaga. It's in Málaga, está Málaga. Yeah, Ronda is in Málaga, but very close. You have the border with Cádiz. Yes. And that's the Parque Nacional o Natural de Grazalema. And there it rains a lot. It rains more in Grazalema than in Santiago de Compostela, donde la lluvia es arte, dicen. All right. It rains. Does it rain a lot in Texas? Yes, it rains a lot in East Texas. But it doesn't rain a lot in West Texas. No. Yeah, it rains a lot. It rains more in East Texas than in London or Paris. Really? Yeah, it rains a lot. But especially in the summer. The summer is the rainy season, la temporada de lluvias. Houston, Texas is semi-tropical, similar to Miami. It rains a lot. It rains a lot. Does it snow a lot? No, it doesn't. It doesn't snow a lot in Houston. It snows a lot in the north of Texas. Amarillo. It snows a lot. But it doesn't snow a lot in central Texas and in Houston. Does it snow a lot in the north of Spain? Well, it depends on your definition of the north of Spain. It doesn't snow a lot in the Cantabrian coast. Yeah, the Cornisa Cantabrica, no, it doesn't snow a lot. Well, up in the picos of Europa, yes. In the high part, yes, it snows a lot. But it doesn't snow a lot in Oviedo, or in Gijón, or in Santander, or in, in other towns in Cantabria. And it doesn't snow a lot in Bilbao, or in San Sebastián, or in La Coruña, or in Santiago de Compostela, or in Lugo. But it snows a lot in the Pyrenees, yes, in Jaca, in Ainsó, in Pontesuert, in other places in the Pyrenees, yes, it snows a lot. Does it snow a lot in Oklahoma? Yes, it does. It snows a lot in Oklahoma. Does it snow a lot in Kansas? Yes, it does. Does it snow more in Kansas or in Oklahoma? It snows more in Kansas. And why does it snow more in Kansas than in Oklahoma? Because Kansas is farther north, closer to the North Pole. Ah, come on. Yeah. I mean, you have Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas. All right? And so, yes, it snows more in Kansas. And does it snow more in Nebraska or in Kansas? It snows more in Nebraska. And does it snow more in South Dakota or in North Dakota? It snows more. Does it snow? Does it rain? Does it snow? Nieva? Llueve? Does it? Llueve mucho aquí. Does it rain a lot here? Nieva mucho aquí. Does it snow a lot here? Does it? Does it? Yes. Does it? The planet Mars. Does it, Mars, Does it orbit the Earth or the Sun? Mars. It orbits the Sun. Does it take longer to orbit the Sun than the Earth? Yes, it does. It takes longer for Mars to orbit the Sun than the Earth. Does it? Does it? Does it? Okay, let's go on with expressions. Shall we? ¿Os parece? Shall we? All right. ¿Dónde está mi boli? Right here. Okay, my pen. All right, where are we? Okay, page 144. Page 144 at the top. To lay your cards on the table. All right. To lay your cards on the table. Tengo otro de estos, ¿no? Por aquí. No. Okay. Okay, I'm playing cards. Playing cards, yeah. Jugar las cartas. We're playing moose? No. We're playing bridge? Yeah, playing bridge. No, we're playing poker. Yeah. Okay. Now to lay your cards on the table is... All right. So you can say, to lay your cards, lay. Lay is, lay, L-A-Y, lay is poner o colocar de forma, ya, tumbada, digamos. To lay, to lay. To lay your cards on the table. Poner tus cartas sobre la mesa, se dice igual, ¿no? Okay. It means aclarar la cosa, yeah. Yeah. Juan puso todas las cartas sobre la mesa y consiguió un aumento. I want more money. I need more money. Okay, Juan, okay, more money. All right, to lay your cards on the table. To lead someone down the garden path. Okay. This must be a British expression. I don't use it. To lead someone up the garden path or down. To lead is liderar también es dirigir. To lead también es guiar. En este caso es guiar. Guiar a alguien por el sendero hacia abajo del sendero del jardín, o de la senda, del camino, la vereda. It's a path. Path es un camino de tierra, un camino forestal. It's a path. Path. Path es un camino hecho por pisadas. That's a path. Path. A road es un camino hecho por ingenieros o similar. It's a road. Camino de tierra is a dirt road. Ahora, path es una cosa que se hace por tanta pisada. It's a path. Now, we use path in other ways. Path. The path, the critical path and things in engineering. But in this case, it's just a path. To take someone, to lead someone down the garden path. Or to lead someone up the garden path. Si es cuesta arriba, es engañar a alguien, según Jimena. I agree, I understand it, but I've never used it. Yes. Apuesto a que otra vez los está engañando. Es un mentiroso muy creíble. I bet he's leading them up the garden path again. Leading them up the garden path or down the garden path. He's such a believable liar. All right. The learning curve. Wow. I use this expression a lot. The learning curve. Okay. The learning curve. How much time do we have, Marta? Okay. Porque esto me va... I like the learning curve. La curva de aprendizaje. Yeah. Normally, the learning curve is like this. Maybe, like very slow. Sometimes it's like this. The learning curve. If the teacher is good, wow, como mola, me encanta el profe nuevo. Whew. The learning curve is fast and furious. If the student is motivated. Compete al profesor encandilar y cautivar, no enseñar. Y luego se enseña, luego el chute entra en vena fácil. Pero tienes que encandilar primero. And then boom. And then you inject the knowledge and the learning curve. Curva, the learning curve. The expression learning curve, comes from manufacturing, engineering. O sea, la ingeniería fabril, o sea, la fabricación, ingeniería de procesos. It's a process engineering. Because if you build, vamos a aviones, for example, Boeing or Airbus. They build a plane. The first one, takes 1,000 hours to build. The first plane. The second plane takes 700 hours to build. Why? Because the second plane is identical to the first. Ya han aprendido trucos. It's a learning curve. En este caso así, por el coste unitario de producir otro avión. Cada vez que duplican la producción, baja un 30%. So if the first plane requires 1,000 hours, and they finish successfully, the second plane requires only 700 hours. And the fourth plane, hay que duplicar. The fourth plane, only 560 hours. The plane number 8, only 410 hours. That's what we call economías de escala. Economies of scale, or scale economies. Those forms in English. Scale economy. And so it's very important in manufacturing to reduce the unit cost of production. That's why it's very important to gain volume, ganar volumen. That means you're making more and more, and systematically the unit cost is going down and the profit is going up. All right. For example, if you remember, probably you don't remember, but in the late 1970s, finales de los 70, in the late 1970s and in 1980s, Sony, Sanyo, Panasonic, the Japanese brands, came into Spain offering televisions and stereophonic equipment at low prices, bajo coste, under cost. They were losing money. Panasonic and Sony were losing money with every unit, but a little bit. But they were cheaper than the rest. And they gained a lot of customers. And they gained scale. Ganaban escala, economía escala. They gained scale. And that brought down the cost of production. And they started making money. The cost, this was the price. And this was the cost. So Sony was losing money. But because it was growing, the cost went down, the unit cost. That's what you call the trying to increase sales para reducir costes unitarios, to reduce unit costs of production. That's what we call economies of scale. It's because of the learning curve, la curva de aprendizaje, the learning curve. That's the origin, el origen de esa expresión, the learning curve. Y viene de Boeing, la empresa, the U.S. company for making planes, the Boeing. And so it's a learning curve. Finally, to leave someone high and dry. Me has dejado alto y seco. ¿Cómo? Me has dejado alto y seco. You left me high and dry. What does that mean? Me has dejado tirado, me has dejado en la estacada. ¿Ahora qué hago yo? ¿Me has dejado aquí? Dejar tirado a alguien. To leave somebody, no tirado en un lugar, pero en una situación. ¿Y ahora qué hago? She left me high and dry. She came here, put on the makeup, put on the lights, and went out and disappeared. Marta left me high and dry. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It doesn't matter, because Marta always has the camera on. I have to be careful, because when I say goodbye, the camera continues, and the mic is hot. This is a hot mic. Mic. Yeah, microphone. Microphone, pero muchas veces decimos mic. A hot mic, micrófono caliente. ¿Se dice aquí? No. Cuando el micrófono it's working, with these things, the microphones. And sometimes people go to the bathroom or something. They finish, but they continue with this because they're coming back. And they don't remember to turn it off. So everything they say is recorded. And so you need to be careful. If you're wearing a microphone and they stop, cut, okay, the microphone is still hot. It's a hot mic. And many people have said embarrassing things on a hot mic, especially television personalities. Television personalities. So you need to be a little bit careful. And I'm out of time again. I'm left here high and dry. See you tomorrow.